Good morning everyone and welcome to the channel. Today I'm diving into one of the classic debates among riders, tube tires versus tubeless tires. Of course there are a lot of pros and cons for each type of tires, and I will start with the tube tires because the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 Aurora comes with spoked wheels and tube tires. So let's start with the tube tires. First point is the price. They are most of the time cheaper than alloy rims for tubeless tires because they are a little bit simpler and easier to produce. One very important point is the possibility to repair a tube tire. A puncture very often requires to take off the tire from the rim. So you have to take off the whole wheel, take off the tire, take out the tube and then repair the puncture with a patch or completely replace the tube. So you have to take some spare tubes with you and you need some special tools to take the tire off the rim. So a lot of work, quite complicated. When it comes to the weight, tube tires are most of the time more heavy than tubeless tires because you have a tube inside, and this might be a negative point because handling is better the lighter the wheel is. Another point is the temperature. A tube tire produces more temperature because you have some friction between the tube and the tire, and so this produces a little bit more heat, and this can lead to a higher temperature of the tire and to faster wear. If you have a flat in a tube tire, this can result in a very fast pressure loss, which is potentially causing a sudden handling issue. When it comes to the handling, spoked wheels with tube tires are less stiff, which can feel less stable at high speeds or in corners. Spoked wheels with the tube tires are mostly used for off-road bikes because you can still ride the bike when there's a pressure loss. And especially on sandy roads, you very often just take a little bit of the pressure off so that the tires have a better grip on sandy surfaces. One important point also is if you damage your rim, especially when you do some off-road and you hit the rim, then you don't lose the air immediately because there's a tube inside. And you have the chance to repair the rim because it's made out of steel, for example with a hammer, and hammer the damage back in. This of course is not possible with a tubeless tire with an aluminium rim. If you damage an aluminium rim, it's broken and you have to change it. And one big plus point for me is the look. I think spoked wheels, especially on a classic bike or a cafe racer, looks amazing. Gives this classic vibe and in my opinion a much better look. One small negative point you might know if you have spoked wheels: cleaning spoked wheels is a big pain. Polishing every spoke, this takes a lot of time and effort. So next we come to the tubeless tires with aluminium rims. What are the pros and cons? Aluminium rims, of course, they have to be manufactured a little bit more precise because they have to be air sealed between the rim and the tire. And that's why most of the time these aluminium rims are a little bit more expensive. When it comes to repairing a tubeless tire, it's a little bit more simple. For example, if you just have a nail inside, so a small hole, you can repair it very fast on the fly with a plug. There are some special repair kits for tubeless tires, so this is much faster than with a tube tire. So this is one big plus point for me because it's much easier to repair, especially when you do some touring. Because there's no tube inside the wheel, it's also lighter than the spoked wheel with tubes, which is good for handling. And because there's no tube inside, there's a better heat dissipation than with the tube tire. If you have a puncture in a tire, you have a slower pressure loss. Some of the tires are a little bit of self-sealing inside, so this is much more secure. You can control your bike better in case of a pressure loss and avoids accidents. Tubeless tires offer more stable handling, more precise feedback and better performance at higher speeds or in corners. So there are a lot of pros and cons for each type of tire. If you watched my last videos, then you know I had tube tires on my Royal Enfield Meteor with spoked wheels, which were stock on this Aurora model. And now I changed to the Royal Enfield alloy rims with tubeless tires. These tubeless tires are the same tires that I had on my spoked wheels. These are the Bridgestone BT46, very good tires. They give you a very good riding quality, good safety, very good grip, good riding comfort also, and they are very good in wet conditions. And now you will ask, why did I change from the spoked wheels to the alloy wheels? It was a very difficult decision because I prefer the look of the spoked wheels, look much more classic. They fit very good to this Aurora model. But I'm planning some road trips, and for security reasons and for the handling and for safety when it comes to a puncture, I prefer the alloy rims with a tubeless tire because I'm able to repair it on the fly when I'm on the road, which is much more difficult with the tube tire. You have to take the tire off, especially difficult on the backside when you do it alone on the road, and I'm riding alone, so not that easy. And with these tubeless tires, it's quite easy. If you have a puncture, you can use a puncture repair kit. You can put some plugs inside the holes, and then you can ride to the next workshop and change the tire. So it's always possible to continue your travel without a big hassle of changing the wheels, take them off, take the tire off. So that's why I decided to go for these alloy rims. These are the alloy rims of the Supernova with these polished spokes here in the middle. This looks quite good. I think if they would be completely black, this wouldn't fit to my bike. But with these polished spokes here, I think it still fits quite good. So I'm quite happy with it. And of course, we will see in the test ride if there's any difference in the riding quality. I still have to be a little bit careful because the tires are completely new. I left the other Bridgestones on my spoked wheels so that I have complete tires to exchange. So first impression, handling is very good. Feels a little bit lighter than with the spoked wheels and the tubes. I didn't measure the weight difference, but for sure the tube tweaks are heavier than these ones. So let's see how the tires handle at higher speeds. Very stable. Good riding quality. The feedback that I get back from the road with these Bridgestone tires is very good. I had the same experiences with the spoked wheels. But the all-in-all handling is a little bit easier. The bike feels lighter. Maybe the fuel consumption will also drop a little bit because lighter wheels and less friction inside the wheels because of the tubes helps with the fuel consumption. It wasn't bad at all with the spoked wheels and the tubes, but this feels definitely lighter. And one major benefit from these Bridgestone tires over the Seat, the standard tires, is that they are very good in wet conditions. So if it's raining, these are the tires to go. So they optimize the tread for wet roads, even better than the BT45. The tires are a little bit more on the softer side, so I'm not sure how long they will last, but I will find out because these tires will stay on the rims for my next road trips. Also the grip and curves, fantastic, great tires. So the overall quality, riding comfort is very good. So I can absolutely recommend the Bridgestone BT46 tires. Very good riding comfort, very good in handling with these aluminium rims. Bike feels a little bit lighter, easier to handle. Of course, not a huge difference, but because I had the same tires on the spoked wheels with tubes inside, I can feel a difference. What's very helpful is I have these tire pressure sensors on my valves, and I can see on my Chigi AIO5 the tire pressure 32.9 and 34.2 at the back. I can also see the temperature of the tires, and in case the tires are losing air I get a warning. So this is very helpful. I'm back from the test ride, and what's my conclusion? I really like the tubeless tires with these alloy rims. The handling is very good. They give a very good feedback, especially with the Bridgestone tires. Riding in curves, very secure. The handling in higher speeds also very good, very stable. And the Meteor feels a little bit lighter. The handling and the cornering, everything feels lighter because of these alloy rims compared to the spoked wheels with the tubes inside. So I think they are for sure heavier. I didn't measure it when I changed them. There's one more thing that I changed on my bike. I switched the mirrors from the standard ones, the chrome ones, to the touring mirrors. Because one thing that is really annoying is this vibration of the mirrors. The standard mirrors are vibrating a lot. I don't know if you have the same problem too, but if you are riding between 80 and 100 kilometers, it's a very strong vibration in the mirrors. You hardly can see anything in it. And this is really annoying and not very secure. So I decided to mount the touring mirrors. I already tested them. Vibration issues are better than with the standard ones for sure, but it's not gone. It's not completely gone. It's still some small vibrations between 80 and 100. Maybe you have an idea which kind of mirror is without any vibration on a Meteor 350. But this is one major negative point on the Meteor, and on the Classic it was the same, the vibration of the mirrors. Not very pleasant. But anything else, I'm very happy with the bike. Riding comfort is amazing. The bike is very easy to handle, fits very good to my size, seating position is good. So that's it for today. Maybe you can give me a feedback what you prefer, tubeless or tube tires. Just write it down in the comments. And if you liked the video today, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you're riding, ride safe. I see you in the next one. Take care and cheers.